Right, we've got 6 plus here. That won't stay on for longer than 2 minutes. I'm going to change the Tristar IC and possibly Tigris. I've tested all the lines, it leads back to Tigris, and there doesn't seem to be a problem on the line. That's the only thing I can think of that would stop this from just randomly turning itself off after 2 minutes. It's not long enough for me to get the data off.
This is my princess, that's a last people.
I was just looking for my IC removal. Just going to get a new one. Let's try that again. Vein.
It seems like
working with this off, otherwise it will take forever heating this chip up. Put some protection on the Manda.
This is a microphone test. I'm just going to ask you
Taking a lot longer than it usually would, so. Oh, right, heat setting. There we go, it's starting to come off now. It's taking a lot longer than it normally would. I don't know. Heat on my heat. Should probably replace this coaxial cable as well, looking at it. There we go. Last thing you want to do is try and pull that too early. Okay. Let's have a look. So I've done one. Okay, looks like we've got everything there. Just have some more coffee before it goes cold.
is £20. Should take around about 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, I might take my heart.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
open for?
Yeah, we're open till 5. Okay.
See, that's what
Yeah,
the heat mat's good for.
smacking.
Keeping my coffee warm. Yeah, I think the camera's good on that.
Okay, we need a password. And if we put in another number that we can contact you on, maybe you put this number.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's good. Right.
Yeah.
Like us do. You can pay on pickup.
Yeah. Okay, I think
Shall I print?
I'll.
Yeah, it's just printing now.
I'm just going to wash this off. It should be alright. Right, so we've got that. Going to get a new TriStar. Okay, what orientation are we at? We are at completely the opposite. Okay. I'm hoping this one's going to go on a little bit easier than it took to come off. What I'm going to do is just heat the board up.
Hi. Hello. We'll do this beautifully, but just one thing I want you to do. When you open it, I use, because I'm left-handed, I do that, and it's upside down, and normally you can swivel it.
Hopefully that's just gonna that's starting to take. Looks like it's just moved, give it some more heat. I'd love to see that move. There we go. Okay, just going to give that a little bit more. scroll down.
No.
But yeah, you can see how that moved into place. And some people would have left it there out of the fear of too much heat. But then it looked like it was off-centered. I'm just going to let that continue to cool. That's the sort of time it should have taken to come off. Let's have a look at this. I don't think this was underfilled. I'm sure I would have noticed. No, by the looks of it. You can see there on two of the sides, it's actually some of the overfill has gone underneath. Okay, so well, hopefully that hasn't caused any more issues. I've pulled these in the past and pulled pads off when I was first starting to do this, so I know better than to just yank it. Okay, that's pretty chill now. Okay, I'm just gonna get I cleaned a lead before I started this. It's made the brush go white. Okay. Okay, that looks good. When I plugged this in before, it was doing nothing.
Hi.
So let's see if it's still doing
Bring the
nothing.
receipt and
Nice
file.
one,
Spaff Davies. I did that dangerous thing of emptying my handbag.
Okay.
Bought it just before snow.
Unfortunately, you can't take part.
No, I've got cash. That one.
Just go through this so you can see everything working.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. That's doing something more now. You can see there it's going from 0.9 up to about 0.2 briefly. Whereas it was just hovering around on 0.008. So let's see if this now charges and stays on.
You sure?
Excuse me.
Right.
Let's get you connected. Okay, we've got that connected. What I'll probably do is if this does work, I'll get the aerial connected on it. We'll change that coaxial. It shouldn't be a problem. Don't know if that can take you back. No, my GoPro isn't working. I'll just have to settle for the other feed. Okay.
This is a microphone test. I just a loudspeaker headphone.
Okay, let's get the screen connected.
Loudspeaker, microphone test. I just headphones. And as you can hear right now, so the microphone is working as well. And that's everything.
Super, thank you very much.
Okay, so they're all connected. Okay. Right, so I need to move this loudspeaker out of the way, the coaxial cable. And let's get this connected. I don't know if this is going to have much power in it because this is a project that I've been coming back to. Well, you can see there straight away in the bottom that it's gone up to pulling an amp from 9.6, so it shouldn't be too long before it does turn on. What I do need to check for is to see whether this stays on for longer than 120 seconds. I think when we were trying to do the backup on it, it would boot, it would come on, it would stay on for maybe a minute and 40 seconds.
Hopefully it's just an adapter problem.
And then it'll turn itself off. Usually what happens is when the device turns itself on, everything seems normal and then suddenly it cuts out, loops, or maybe you have to turn it back on. Usually that's a bad battery, or it can be the data lines to the battery. But yeah, usually it's something to do with the battery. Sometimes technician damage, if they've pried near the battery on the 5S and stuff like that, that can just read false. I think it has something to do with just detecting whether the battery's there or not.
They go in as well as the last one I got.
It's possible they could be a not a genuine adapter.
Okay.
Non-genuine one.
Right, bring that round there.
Okay, that's been the proper power.
I'm just looking down on this. We've just got the new Z dongle. You can't really see from down the bottom, but it is running.
Just doesn't turn on either button.
I was hoping it was going to show a sort of boot pattern, but...
Touch to bring it back up.
Okay, I'll try with one of our cables, see if it's the
I
cable.
don't know if I can zoom in maybe on here.
This one. Okay, it seems to be putting the same amount of power either way.
Yeah.
So it could be a problem with the charge port or the battery.
Okay.
Try a different wall plug. See if that's...
That's what I thought at first. It might have been the wall plug or whatever, but...
Right.
Just go through and testing everything we can.
Yeah.
No, it's putting the same power on that one as well. So it doesn't look to be either a problem with either of these. It must be a problem with
Okay, it's
this.
giving me about a minute and 18 seconds on it, so it shouldn't be too much longer. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to prop this up here.
I want to see an iPad 2.
There we go. I'm just going to have a quick tidy up while that's doing that. I'm hoping this is going to be a quick video. I actually thought it was going to be Tigris, not the Tristar chip, just because the battery data line goes to Tigris before it goes to Tristar, but I suppose it makes sense. But we'll soon know whether this stays on.
From the battery,
Yeah.
the price of okay, £60
Yeah.
and pass over for not warranty. And if it's a problem with charge port, the replacement is £40 and parts over for not
Oh, no worries.
with both of those, there's a rest of the screen, because you'd have to get up and remove it.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, while I'm doing this,
Something else.
If it if the screen does break,
If anyone out there is using this, that watches this channel, and knows how to use it properly, get in touch with me, because there might be some money in it for you. At the moment, I've done about 3 or 4 chip off data recoveries, and I keep getting the same CLK error on it, and I'm not sure whether it's this, or whether the box is, or whether it's something I'm doing wrong. I don't know if it is something I'm doing wrong. But yeah, if there's anybody out there that's got this little box, get in contact with me if you know how to use it, or if you're familiar with JTAG or chip off data recovery. And getting the chips off and cleaning them up, reballing them, that's not a problem. Putting it in there, it's understanding why the software isn't working. I've managed to get one chip to not throw up the error. It was, funnily enough, the very first one I did, but there was no access to data. So I'm not sure if it's a setting I'm doing wrong, or I'm going to keep going with it. If this doesn't boot in the next, it's been 4 minutes now, if it doesn't boot in the next minute, we'll chuck another battery in it, just to end this video.
About 45 minutes to an hour. You don't have to bring it in, we can book it in store. Yep. The price of the rear camera, which is the camera on the back, is £60.
I think it's just eating away at my stuff.
Roughly, yes.
And it's still pulling the same amount. Back in there.
We don't have that on our till system. Possibly ask the manager. I'm not 100% sure. Give me a moment.
What's up?
Quoting a customer on a price of a screen for an iPhone 7 and a rear camera.
Yes.
She's a little bit worried about the price of the rear camera, wondering if there was a OEM version of that or a slightly cheaper version of that.
I'd have to look and get back to her, but I doubt it. The camera's one of the most expensive bits on the phone.
The manager said he'd have to have a look and get back to you about it.
If she's having the screen done at the same time, we could probably do a discount on it. Okay, let's put a new battery in this, because it's been 5.5 minutes now, and that battery still hasn't booted.
If you decide to go for both the front screen and camera at the same time, if you have to do a discount on them.
Okay, it's not the right one.
That's around about probably a £10 to £15 discount. Depending on what screen you want, they could be okay, so could be roughly £200.
Okay, so no batteries in that.
Well, you just have to bring it in, we can look it in the store. Yep, no problem. Thank you for calling. Bye. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's alright, no worries.
Yeah, we have to make sure the glue properly
Yeah, sure,
cures.
no worries.
Can I take a name, please?
Yeah, our BMW, yeah.
Okay, let me just go grab another battery. I'd serve you, mate, but I'm live
Yeah, I know you're fine, mate. No panic.
Just didn't want you to think I was being rude.
No, not at all.
I'll be with you soon.
That's fine, don't worry. No panic.
Sod's law, as soon as I start live streaming, I haven't seen anyone all day.
Sorry?
Yeah, I just do a quick live stream and then like 7 or 8 people watch them.
Have you had
Always the same, isn't it? Sod's law.
Sod's law, that's the one.
no,
Okie dokie, we've got a 6 plus battery here. Let's disconnect this.
Oh,
That one's been in here for probably about 5 weeks now. I actually bought it off the customer in the end because I knew it was going to be something fairly simple, but I didn't have time to actually research the device.
with you as soon as I can.
Okay, so if we pop this in here. And
Okay. That's everything.
Okay, so you can see that's booting now. And it's
Okay. Shall I proceed?
Yeah, if you got one, just so I'm ready to.
Yeah,
Do you want to keep this or?
those things, there doesn't seem to be a problem with those, so I
So I will get a new case back to work. It's been once.
okay. So this is on the setup stage.
Yeah, it's just printing now.
Okay, great.
So we've got half charged. Okay, so let's take that off charge. I'm going to get a timer.
Yeah. And
There's this problem.
didn't have any charge in it, so I just left it on charge. It's currently on 100%, so
You can clean.
yeah, so just need to clean.
I don't know if you can see
There
that.
you go.
Okay, cheers. Thanks very much.
Have a nice day.
Okay, let's see if I can get this and keep this on.
Thank you.
We just need to keep an eye on the screen here to see if this cuts off.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Alright, thanks mate.
How can I help?
My screen got a little bit smashed. My partner went to look at a photo, twisted it, and
Okay.
it's gone like this.
Okay, yeah, it looks to be LCD damage.
Right.
When we replace the screens on Samsungs, the LCD and the screen are bonded together, so they replace both of them at the same time.
How much money do you
This looks to be
I'm just keep activating the screen, that's why the screen's going blank.
Thing is, I've done an insurance job at halfway my house, paid £60. The only problem I've got is the photographs and the videos that are on that I cannot lose. Now, they've said to me there's no way of transferring it because of the situation of what it is without that screen.
with Samsung, they encrypt all their data, so unless you unlock the phone,
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
what
get the
I'm saying.
data off of it.
No.
Because once you lock it,
See, I can unlock it. I can just about see it to do my PIN.
Okay, if you can unlock it, then you can actually get the
said they
data off of
can't.
it.
So they can't. How can I do that?
I was going to say they can't.
Sorry.
I said they can't because they're not interested. They're not interested in helping you get your data.
And it's so important. It sounds really sad and pathetic, and I'm just going to say my father died, and I've got videos of him on there.
That's nothing sad and
And I
pathetic
cannot
about that
lose
at all.
This. Can't lose this. I haven't backed any of it up.
No, data is one of the most important.
If you don't
things.
mind writing your password down for Isaac, we can see if we can connect it to our computer. If I can connect
No,
it to the
I have no
computer,
problem with that at all.
if I can connect it to the computer, we might be able to get access to data.
And download it all.
Possibly, yeah. It's
I've
whether
got absolutely no problem with that at all. It says my six. What do
Yeah.
Oh,
Right,
hold on.
play until the pan-
got
what
distracted.
PIN? It's just 6152.
Come on, say
Oh, sorry. Don't worry. Oh, I'm really not bothered. I just.
Yeah, so we're on 3 minutes and
But
it's
if we
stayed
were
on.
to change the screen, how much?
I'm
would
going
we
to set
pay?
this up while we're here.
For the rose gold colour.
I don't think it's going to matter.
And how long does it
To all of the parts in usually takes around about 3 to 5 working days.
take? Okay. I will see. I did this on Thursday. I know it's been the snow. I know everything, but my phone's still not in the car from my house yet. It's meant to be next day. This is all to do with work as well.
If we get the data off it, then we can take the car from the
And I
house
can
and
just
do
say,
it.
yeah, exactly.
As we get our screens from a genuine Samsung, as we get them from Samsung, the price of them is £290.
Okay.
That's parts labor and a 3-month manufacturer's warranty.
Okay, can we just try and get the stuff off?
Yeah.
And you charge me what you need to try and get that stuff off.
Data recovery is £30.
Don't care. That's
That's fine.
Oh, 60.
Cheeky. Now, can you help me with the WhatsApp situation? What's up with WhatsApp? As in my WhatsApp, if I get my new phone,
WhatsApp,
and my contacts,
your contacts.
will they all come off with that as data?
No, we should be able to get access to the photos easy enough. That's fairly simple. We might be able to do a backup of your phone. It's how much of the screen we can see. I know on iPhones I've got a screen capture tool that I can use the computer to see what's on the phone, and you can also use it for touch. I don't know if there's something with Samsung's that will be able to do that. I might have a tool that can just back up automatically. If that is the case, you'll have to bring your new phone in, then we can restore your backup.
So basically, I'm going to be taking this phone back because they're meant to be getting my phone in today. So basically, I'm going to be taking this phone back with the screen still not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just going to get everything off. It
Yeah,
for me?
yeah. I mean, I should know by the end of today whether we'll be able to get the contacts and stuff. To be honest, if you've got a Google account, all of your you haven't got a Google account.
I have. I've looked. The contact they showed me in Carphone Warehouse that there's no contacts on it.
There's no contacts on it.
No.
That's bizarre. Did you put the right one in? Have you ever downloaded anything from the Play Store?
Yeah, no.
It usually automatically takes your contacts.
They've gone onto my Gmail and there's no contacts on them.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
And I need these contacts. This is all to do with work, everything.
If we can, obviously we'll do our best, but without seeing the screen, you need to be able to go to add account and then be able to back up that to the Google account. So, yeah, if you just leave it with us, I'll let you know exactly what we can get off for you.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, we've gone back here. Sorry about that. Set up manually.
Will you be able to call? Have you got a number so I can call you in case I miss it? It's the landline.
This is probably going to ask me for a SIM card.
Okay.
Let me go and get a SIM card.
Okay, that's everything. Would you like this? No, not for that. Am I paying now? Am I paying long term? You can pay now, pay on pick up. It's up to you. I don't mind. Can't currently take card. Okay, so it will be on the phone. Right, so if you are doing this, when will it be ready?
Um,
We'll give you an update by the end of the day, so if we can get all the pictures off by the end of the day, what time do you close? We close at 5.
If you give us till 4 o'clock, that'll give you enough time to get to Carphone Warehouse. If I can get access to the other data, but it's going to take longer at least, then I can let you know, and you can just tell them to wait.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They're not going to be fussed.
I'm not being funny. I paid for it.
Yeah, they're not going to be fussed whether it's a week, 2 days. You know.
I mean, no, they're not, are they? They don't care.
No, they live.
Yeah, they do. Right, perfect, guys. Thank you so much. So, what's your names?
My name's Jamie.
Thank you so much, boys. See you
Alright,
later.
cheers.
Have a nice day.
Okay, let's see if I got this right first time. Or have we got SIM not supported? Could not. The iPhone could not be activated because the activator server cannot be reached. Well, to be honest, it's already, what are we on now? 7 minutes. This thing would have definitely boot looped by now, but I just want to see if I can get access to data, and then I'm going to call it for this video so Isaac can go and get some food because he had to serve like 5 customers while I'm doing this. And we don't want him getting hangry because he'll start abusing the customers. And it doesn't make for good customer service.
It's not my
Okay, so let's try a different network. I want to say EE. And of course there is no EE. Okay, let's go Vodafone. You know, I really detest iPhones for doing this. I have no idea what you have to put a Poxy SIM card in to get past this setup. To activate your phone, it's your phone. Just let me get access.
Because Apple hates us.
There we go, look at that. Bonus. Continue. No, I don't want to put anything. Later, don't use. Hurry up, passcode. Don't use. Don't use. Set up his new phone. Don't have an ID. Don't want to be part of your club. don't use. I agree. Continue. Do not share. Choose a view. Standard view. Get started. Okie dokie. So at the start of the video, this phone, I mean, I didn't show it on camera. You'll just have to take my word as a stand-up ginger. This phone would not stay on for more than 2 minutes. 1 minute and 44 seconds to be precise. And then the phone would just shut off, or it would reboot. And every time I tried to get access to the data or remove the guy's iCloud or any of the other bits on it, it would just reboot before we had time. I just managed to get his photos off, you know, a few bits by few bits every time, and it was getting really tedious and frustrating. I didn't put it down to Tigris or the other chip, just simply because I thought, what's that got to do with the phone staying on? But after doing a bit of research, I found out that if the battery gas gauge line, or the, what did I call it? It's not an I2C line, it is a SWI line. Yeah, if the SWI line is low or is just not detected, the phone shuts itself off for some sort of safety feature, because it can't detect the battery or the battery's become faulty. So we changed the battery. Obviously that's one of the things we did in the first place, and it was doing it while it was on DC power as well. So I never put it down to that sort of thing. After tracing the SWI line back, it goes straight into Tigris. It goes through a filter, which the filter was fine. It wasn't low. It was reading the right voltage. It goes through a capacitor, which is probably a pull-down capacitor or a smoothing capacitor. And then it goes into Tigris. So, right, get rid of him. He seems to call me through my live streams all the time. Where was I? Yeah, it goes into Tigris. So my initial thought was maybe Tigris is the problem, because when I was plugging the lead in to start, it was oh my god. Let me guess, I've got no audio. I've been doing this whole thing. No, we've got audio. So I don't know why he keeps ringing. Anyway, regardless, back to this, just so I can end this video. I didn't put it down to Tristar, just because I thought, what's Tristar got to do with it? Anyway, after doing a bit of research, Tristar obviously controls Tigris and tells it when it's there. When I was plugging the lead in, it was detecting the lead and it was prompting to boot, but then suddenly it just stopped working. So I thought, well, maybe it was intermittent, maybe that I was just lucky every time when we were testing the Tigris Tristar, that was just working. So, you know, this is where we're at. I thought, you know, it's been here 3 or 4 weeks, let's just change it anyway. I don't like to change chips unless we have to, absolutely have to, because it's like open heart surgery. If you can not do surgery on a phone, that's always best. So you want to find out whether it's software or whether it's hardware, replaceable hardware first, before you start doing any bits of this. I just worry when people just start jumping in and just start changing trips. It's not good practice. So anyway, change this. By the looks of it, it's still on. It's been on now for 12 minutes. That is a win to me. I think this is going to be fine now. We're going to get this back together and get it sold, seeing as I bought it. We got the customer's data, so that's all sorted. So if you've got any problems with a phone just randomly turning itself off after a minute, it's not the battery, it does it on DC power supply, I would look at changing Tristar first. Then after that, Tigris, it could be the fact that Tigris has caused Tristar to fail, but it's probably something along the SWI line. As always, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and Facebook if you like the page, and thanks for watching.